Hello everyone, welcome to today's teaching. So today I'm going to be sharing on an excerpt I listened from Myron Golden. As I said in my previous videos, maybe in one or two of them, I said I listen to Myron Golden a lot. Yeah, because something I like about him is that whatever he teaches, life principles, business, entrepreneurship, leadership, faith, he always shows us from the Word of God. Some people might not like what he's saying, some people might not agree, but trust me, truth is always truth. So I'm going to be sharing something I learned from him. So the title of what I listened, the video he posted was, you can go watch it later on, the $1 million communication equation. So the first pointer I got was that the number one determining factor of how well people do in life is communication. If you can't communicate clearly what you do or what you want, trust me, a lot of people won't listen to you. If you don't say it, people won't know. I don't know who said this. I think it's Simon Sinek. He said, in the world of relationships, communication matters a lot. He put it in a line. He said, pre-made unspoken expectations lead to premeditated resentment. If you also look at we and God, the relationship between us and God, we need to communicate. We think that okay, God knows our mind, but He still lets us. He gave us that choice to speak and to communicate with Him, to talk with Him. No wonder God created this world with words. He communicated with the Trinity. Yes, let's do this. He spoke things into being. So your words really matter. The way you communicate, the way you say things matter. As I said in my last video, your words should be a gift that you grace people with, not a weapon that you wield. So my second pointer is, if you desire for your life to elevate, you better improve the way you communicate. Something I also like about Myron Golden, as I said earlier, is that if it gives us scriptural references to whatever he's teaching. So you can go check Proverbs 13 verse 2. Then it says, every deed is a seed. I think I was also watching YouTube like maybe an hour ago, and I came across this reel. I can't remember the person. Okay, yeah, Preston Morris interviewed someone or something like that, and then what the person responded was humility in service. Even in church today, the pastor was just talking about humility and service. You must just have the mindset of humility and servant leadership. I think that's the word, servant leadership. See, every deed is a seed. Whatever you do today, whatever you say today, is a seed that you're sowing into the future or the nearest, like your tomorrow. As Pastor Chris will always say, like the totality of your life is determinant on the words you've spoken. The words you've spoken way before what you are living in the moment. So you have to you have to be hyper intentional about the words you speak. I said that earlier. You need to be really hyper intentional about the words you speak. Anybody that probably knows me knows that yes, I don't just say any word like out of my mouth, especially vulgar language, foul language. I hardly say it. I can't remember saying a curse word on someone, and I'm not tapping myself on the back. I'm saying, okay, nice job, you don't make mistakes. No, but I'm just really hyper intentional about my words. I don't just say any words just like that. It says you need to have a very weak worry muscle. Yeah, you need to have a very weak worry muscle. Don't worry a lot. Like the energy you use to worry should very little. Like try as much as possible not to even worry. Like if you can, please do. Myron Golden will also say, the difference between fear and anxiety is the fact that you are spending the present energy for a future outcome that you don't desire. So why spending the energy that you can use for a more positive action for a negative outcome that you don't want? It says you have to offer an higher level of value. You have to offer an higher level of value to multiply your income, and not just more value at the same level that you are at. Okay, I'll say that again. You have to offer an higher level of value to multiply your income, and not just more value at the same level that you are at. So more or less, like, if you are going to offer value, offer it at an higher scale. Don't just offer more value at the level that you are. Offer more value at an higher scale. I think it's more like compounding effect, kind of. I really don't know how to explain that yet. It says you must elevate your communication if you are going to elevate your life. Same as the first one I mentioned. It says wealth is a spiritual outcome. Wealth is not materialistic. Wealth is a spiritual outcome. Wealth is not materialistic. In church today, I remember this. Wealth is not materialistic. He said blessings is not materialistic. God's blessing is not materialistic. Because if you look at Abraham, when God said he was going to call him out, that was the example that my pastor used in church. When God was going to call Abraham out of his father's land, Abraham was already rich. Like, Abraham had maid servants, he had men servants also. He had cattle. But God said, come out of that land, and he was going to bless him in the land that he was going to. Someone think Abraham is already blessed, so what else? What more blessing can God give Abraham? But God's blessing is not materialistic. God's blessing is not materialistic. Yes, there might be some evidence, like the physical manifestation of God's blessing can be in material things, but what God gives you basically is not material things. Those are just the outcome of the blessing that He has given you. You get? Then He says, don't think that if an answer is too obvious, the opposite is the answer. I think when I was watching this, I'm trying to remember. He said, a lot of us try to find the difficult answers when the easy one is just probably in front of us. We try to feel like, if it's easy, probably not the answer. So we always want to go and look for the one that, no, this cannot be the answer. This is not the one that you are looking for. Why is this that simple? So it says, if the answer is too obvious, the opposite does not mean that the opposite is the answer. Don't ignore simple truth for a complicated lie. Yeah. Don't ignore simple truth for a complicated lie.